Hey there, my name is Amy, and this is my testimony. I grew up with going to church every Sunday with my 2 older brothers and my parents. Growing up in a Christian home, I always knew who Jesus was, but never fully understood it. I accepted Jesus in my heart at a young age. After I had a conversation with my dad about it, as I got older, I began playing hockey and got very competitive and started playing AAA. While playing at a very high level of hockey, I began spending 4 hours every Sunday at the rink and put my faith on the back burner. I grew further and further away from God every day. By playing competitively, I was overworking my body and getting injured. I still continued to play and push through the pain. In grade 6, I began going to junior youth, but never fully paid attention to what was being talked about. On January 23rd, 2021, we unfortunately lost our grandma. Through this, I turned further away from God and began questioning why He would do this. It wasn't until grade 9 at senior youth I told my life group leaders. I was struggling with these thoughts and they helped me through it, and I started getting closer to God. During grade 9, I entered a messy relationship with a guy. I felt trapped in this relationship and my mental and spiritual health took a turn. Instead of talking to someone about what was going on, I began to self-harm to feel some control over what was happening in my life. In grade 10, I got out of the relationship but wasn't myself. I was struggling in my faith, but I knew I had to better myself. I got clean from self-harm and focused on my faith. That year, I went to Youthquake, and it was the best decision I could have ever made. I grew closer to God and finally understood what it meant to be a Christian. I remember the preacher calling people to the front to commit their lives to God. I remember sitting on the floor crying, begging God to help me through it all and show me what to do with my life. That night, I opened my Bible to a random page, and I read a random verse, which was Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." This stuck with me through everything. That summer, I volunteered at VBS, which made me realize I want to help kids grow in their faith. This past year, with the help of my life group leaders, I grew in my faith a lot. They are my role models and have taught me so much about God. In February, I had an interview with Dallas Valley Ranch Camp, and will be a cabin leading and helping kids grow in their faith, like my youth leaders, especially Jenna and Allison, have helped me. On February 26, 2024, we found out my uncle passed away unexpectedly. It broke me, and I didn't want to believe it. While going through this, I kept Jeremiah 29:11 in mind, and I knew God was with me and I will be okay. I've chosen to be baptized today to fully commit my relationship to God and publicly declare my faith. I want to say thank you to my youth leaders and my family who have helped me grow in my faith. Thank you for listening.